It's Liddy. I see you, baby. What up, homie? Good luck, Super Friends. Well, yeah, hey, what's going on? TFL, UFL. We here. The championship game, All-Star game just finished. It was Eastside got the victory. What was the score? I know it was 3 touchdowns to 1. I don't know all the extra points and shit. But we'll get to that. We'll get you that later if you really want it. But everybody's out here waiting for this chip game to start. 99 Problems versus Super Friends. They getting ready. They warming up. Both teams is looking around. Somebody's calling me. Hey, come here. Come here. That's Hector Giver. He just got most improved player out there in BQFL. Congrats to him. But who's coming? What's up, Gio?
Listen to him.
Come here, yeah. See? This is why they got me out here.
His son is garbage.
Because I'm a bum. But team never scared. We out here, though. East side again. Let's gonna go to let me try and find you a player so we can talk to out here, and we'll be right back. I'm out here with my good brother, Davi, 99 Problems, the representative right now. You talk to him about the chip game. How does it feel to make your team go from 2-8, to end the chip game of the UFL?
Oh, it feels great. It feels great, and I'm doing it with my peoples on top of that. So this is awesome. It's an opportunity for us to get this money right here. This is it, the chip.
And that's what it is. You heard it. So let me try and get somebody else over here. Where's Casey at? Where's Shannon at? Is Shannon out here? Shannon! 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 He got his headphones. You want me to ask him? Got a trick question. Hey, Shannon, are you ready for this game? Are you focused?
No, man, you already know. Come on.
I'm ready. If you so focused, tell me something. If YES spells yes, what does E?
Eyes.
Okay.
He's
focused. He's focused. Oh, and he's seen it already.
I've seen too many dumb people already.
Oh, yeah. Who's dumb? Who's dumb on the other side over there? Any dumb guys over there? You think?
I mean, we gonna let the tape show, bro. Like, I know what they do. I would just tell my team what time it is. They ready, bro. We ready. Win, lose, or draw, man. We gonna come out and play. That's it.
And you heard it. 99 Problems is ready. They told you they ready. We here with 99 Problems starting quarterback Casey, ready to throw in the chip. I just want to know, is this the biggest game of your career?
Yeah, it is. This is a regular game for me, though, but it is.
Are you ready to play this game against a team that you really don't know too much about? And, they all got 6-foot guys and stuff like that. They got athleticism on that team. Are you ready to play the way you play?
Yeah, I'm ready. Ain't nothing gonna really change. I'm just gonna play my game and, see the outcome.
That's right. That's another player telling you for 99 Problems that they ready, they focused, they ready to get this money. Here with the Super Friends, championship in it. They just won BQFL. That's what's up. Big chip right there. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, I'm here with the coaches and the All-Star selection, B-Roy. How does it feel to make this game? It's your second year, right? It's the second year in the league, and that's big to make the chip. How does it feel to do it?
I mean, yeah, it feel good. I feel like we should have made it last year, but that's neither here nor there. We thinking about the present, not the past. You know what I mean? So it feel good.
That's right. So Tone is the coach. Him and Tiki, they're co-coaches together, defense and offense. You need coaches on your sideline. If you ain't got the coaches, you ain't gonna never make it to this game. But Tone, so how does it feel to make the same question? How does it feel to make it to the chip?
It's an honor to be here. Short and sweet, baby. Short and sweet.
I see Tone is on his Popovich. Made me lose my train of thought. For real. Like for real. So Tiki, how does it feel to make it to the UFL chip, man? Like,
it feel good. It feel good. I mean, like B-Way said earlier, we came up short last year, but we ain't finished yet. We got to win this one. Okay. It ain't no fun just to get there. We got to finish.
You're right about that. Now, Casey's a quarterback. A lot of people say he's unorthodox and stuff like that. How does it feel? He's a different type of quarterback. How does it feel? He's not a quarterback that's going to play to y'all type of game. What would you grade him? What do you say about Casey?
I mean, Casey's an ultimate game time manager, but that's a question you need to ask my defensive captain right next to you. He had all the plans for that.
Yeah.
How does it feel to what do you think about Casey? He's a different type of quarterback. I know he's not gonna play to y'all game. Right. The TFL knows he's a different type of quarterback, and he's not gonna play to y'all game. What do you say about Casey?
Casey, I mean, he you can't sleep on Casey. You can't take him lightly. He's not a quarterback that you're used to, but you just gotta respect him and play your game. Like you gotta make him play the game you want him to play. You know what I mean? You gotta make him get out of his comfort zone.
I mean, we played them last year twice in both games. They actually was beating us in the playoff game, so we can't take them lightly. Like you say, he's a game manager, and we just do what we do, and we should be all right. That's all.
That's right. You heard it here first. Super Friends look ready to play this game and try and win that $7K and bring home that money.
That's it.
We're back. Now, as y'all remember, we just went over the All-Star game. As y'all people that remember the bet that we had all season, the losing team of the All-Star game, that team's assistant captain has to sing the national anthem. So, obviously, if y'all don't know by now, the East won. So that's my side. We won the All-Star game. And actually, before we get into Ghost having to sing, I'm going to say this is 3-2 now. Mm-hmm. As you remember, it was 3-0. Now the West has lost 2 All-Star games in a row. Just wanted to throw that out there.
All I'm going to say is everything this year, when it came to the All-Star game, was in your favor this year. Everything was in your favor. The weather was in your favor. The people that was on your team was is in your favor. You had you had an army, and we had some soldiers on our side, but y'all outweighed us completely.
Now I'm gonna give you that. Obviously, Don't Sleep had dropped out. They didn't. So that made it 10-9. Yeah. And then Wildcats dropped out, so that made it 10-8. Mm-hmm. So unfortunately, that was the main thing, and we actually don't matter because at the end of the day, you still had your quarterbacks. Lou was there, Chuck was there.
Yeah.
Deion didn't throw, but we kind of knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah, of course.
And your third quarterback
was Reggie.
So you had all your starting quarterbacks that were selected to your All-Star game there.
Yeah.
And you was only able to put up, I believe, a touchdown.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to say this.
Keep logging in, people, because Ghost has to sing. So listen, keep them coming.
I'm not going to get into any details because, we already went through that with the All-Star game.
Right.
But, certain things didn't go our way in the game. And obviously, the people who were there know exactly what I'm talking about. Certain things that should have happened. Certain calls that should have been made. Things like that. I'm being vague, but obviously things didn't go our way, and that's why you came away with the victory.
The guys want you to sing. I agree with that.
Yeah.
The bet was you have to sing, not just say the words. You have to get into it singing.
Yeah, I know.
Represent our nation. We're trying to unify the nation, so represent it. Guys, make sure you keep this. It's live, so it's going to be there. Make sure you keep this, play this as much as possible because this is the last episode of Real Tough Talking UFL.
All I'm saying is right now, because of what I'm going through right now, the next wager we have next year is going to be even worse. And I'm going to make sure you're the one that ends up in the losing end. I'm going to do whatever is in my power to make sure you're the losing end next year.
And we got a big announcement to make for guys to know, and it's a big announcement at the end of the show. We'll announce it. It was voted on, and just something to know. Just to let y'all know, this national anthem is presented to you by Members Mark Purified Water.
And that's
just to throw that out there. And they also have the Members Mark coconut oil. I just bought that, and that's great. Members Mark is really the thing coming up to take over. Let's start it up. National anthem being said by Ghost. Here we go.
Okay. Wait. I messed up. I messed up.
You messed up already. You can turn it down a little bit if you need to.
All right.
We can hear you. We want to be able to hear you. Everybody's ready.
All right.
Start it from the beginning. Start it over. Y'all hear the music? All right.
All right.
All right. Sing.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose what stripes and bright stars
Sing it!
through the perilous night. I can't go higher. Or the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, and the bombs bursting in. And shut up! Gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
We gotta hit the high note. The high note.
Or the land of the free and the
Hello.
of the brave. I hate you, yo. I hate you.
You heard it here.
I hate
Real
you,
tough
yo.
talk. Ghost just sung the national anthem, and the great thing about live is it will be up
I hate you,
forever.
yo. Watch.
Forever.
Watch next year, yo. Just watch
That
next
was
year.
the worst performance since Roseanne Barr of the national anthem.
All right, it's not that bad.
Terrible.
It's not that
Terrible,
bad.
terrible,
Not
terrible.
that bad.
You got some applause by Santana supporting you. Fred said he's dead. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. May said end alive. Like it was terrible. It was that terrible. What did y'all think? I think that was the worst ever. Terrible. That was humiliating, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And don't worry about it. He's gonna make sure that he puts some special effects, whatever's possible. He's gonna put up while he's singing. You're gonna see it on the show. Great background, all that stuff. It's going to be great. How y'all guys think he did, real quick, before we start talking about the championship game, which is what everybody wants to talk about? Well, how do y'all think he did? Make It Last Forever, Keith Sweat. I do think he should have sung that song. I hope you got American flag on the green screen while you sang that, bro. Yes, it will be there, Fred. It will be there. It will be there. The flag, all that good stuff. Our guys going to war, fighting. I think we should have some type of apple pie in there, some type of feed. I don't know. Everything American got to be up there. Ghost losing way over there, sweating bullets.
Shot guy.
Oh my goodness, that was great. You gotta love it,
But
guys.
Mason's supposed to be on my
Oh,
side.
Tone said it was terrible.
They're supposed to be on my side, though.
From 1 to 10, he was a solid 3. A 3. That's what Maddie gave him. Sound like DMX with auto-tune.
Y'all dudes is crazy, man.
Oh, that was great. Way to get into the show. Now we're gonna jump on the game. Get off of Ghost's terrible singing. 99 Problems versus Super Friends. We're gonna get serious now. 99 Problems versus Super Friends. Oh, Alex said you a 3. A 3? Nah, he said you're not a 3.
I don't even want to ask what grade he gonna give me.
Oh my goodness! Oh, I'm trying to get serious. Let me put my character on, because that was hilarious. That was hilarious. I can't wait until he puts the show up, because the stuff you're gonna see in the background, amazing. All right, we're gonna jump into the game. 99 Problems versus Super Friends. Now the thing about this is, 99 Problems coming off of a impressive win over Riot Squad in the Final Four game to get it here. Super Friends come off of a close, nail-biting win to Carver Mob, the 3-time champions. Much respect to that team. 3-time champions, got to give them their props. But it was Super Friends Day, like we told you on the last show last week. Carver had the ball 5 times, only scored once. If you would have told me that, or if anybody would have said that, we would have never thought that at all. The way Lou played for Riot Squad, if I told you that Lou would have no catches versus 99, something you would not believe. So we got 2 amazing things happen. The moons aligned right, and these both teams are here in the chip.
And again, a lot of things worked out for them in the game, but it's also their determination and their solid play in the games that earned them their right to make it into the championship. Super Friends played hard. They didn't. I'm not even going to say that they played their best in that game either, but they scraped by in that game, and they did what they had to. They played defense, and they made Carver's jobs to score on offense that much harder, and that's why they came out on top. 99, came out guns blazing. I don't think Riot Squad was ready. They weren't ready for this game. They weren't prepared. Rams was off. Lou was not in the game. You know, they were not connecting on offense. Everything just looked bad for Riot Squad, and 99 was clicking in almost every single way, and that's why they're here in the championship.
Yeah, so we're going to talk to the keys of the game. I think, you know, my keys coming into the game was, you know, 99 problems on their side. One, Casey has to limit his turnovers. He's not a turnover quarterback. Don't start it now. That'll destroy you. You know what I mean? That's one. That's the one key. Number two, B-Roy is a great pass rusher. You know what I mean? He's a great blitzer. So is Golo. Those guys can blitz the passer. And Pratt is a very underrated pass rusher. 99 has the worst blocking in the game. You have to find a way to get the ball out of Casey's hands for he's not under pressure. And number three, somebody has to step up other than Shannon. If Shannon's your only weapon, then you are in trouble, because with this size of this field, playing this team, you cannot do it by yourself, and you gotta find somebody. Somebody else gotta get involved.
I'm not gonna point out and say that Super Friends have as many issues that they have to worry about going into this game, but the issues that they do have are huge issues that can cost them the game. And we've been talking about it all season. When Dion has a good game, they're one of the best.
Don't hit the table. That's what Maddie said.
Yeah, right.
Good.
When Dion has a good game, they're one of the best teams, and they're hard to beat, especially with this offense. When Dion has a bad game, they can lose almost any team. And we saw that when they played Slaughterhouse in the regular season.
Yeah.
You know, they lost 6-0. So
Marcus had 2 picks that game.
Yes, it all comes out on Dion. And the thing about Dion is he is one person that if he walked into a casino, he would be one of their favorite customers, because he likes to gamble, especially on 3rd and 4th down. Sometimes he avoids going for the first down, going for the easy shots. He likes to go deep and take chances. And sometimes it's either 50-50 chance, or sometimes it's less in his favor. He likes to go for it anyway. When he does that, it can hurt the team more so than it helps them. And I think that's one of the main keys that 99 has to pay attention to, and that's one thing that Super Friends have to avoid.
I think another thing with Super Friends is, one, the question is, Chris is not here.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that guy, somebody else got to step up on the kick return field, because at the end of the day, the field, because of the size of the field, kick return is very important. And not having Chris, as we've seen him run back a kick against Carver, that is huge for this Super Friends team. So that is another situation that they got to be able to take care of. Also, once again, they're on hostile ground. You know what I mean? They're playing like a road game. The thing that's going to help them is the weather. It is so cold. This had to be the lowest attendance that we ever had in the championship game.
Some people out there was calling it the Ice Bowl.
Yes, in UFL history. So that is huge, and that's going to kind of even out the playing field. I think you had some guys come from Brooklyn to support. Sarge came, Semi came. So Super Friends actually had people backing them up. But I think because of the fact that it was so cold, a lot of guys didn't show up, and to watch kind of help Super Friends in that aspect of the game.
But like I said, in terms of what you were talking about, their kick return issues or whatever, I didn't really mention it. Yes, you know, that was something that obviously came up as an issue for them, but I don't think that that's much of an issue in this game. Yes, you know, he's a big part of the team in terms of the kick return and everything else, but I don't think the kick return is going to be that much of a factor because of the weather.
Right.
I think that there's going to be times where they're going to avoid the kick return altogether and try to throw it away from them. So, again, I don't see the kick return being that much of a factor, at least on the Super Friends side. I think it's all up on the offense and how they move the ball.
And then it comes down to Coach Blaze battling against Tone. Now, Tone is a great mastermind at the coaching position. He's seen it all. He didn't play, especially, you know, being his reputation of coaching so long. Blaze, on the other hand, is more of a motivator. He's not really a strategist. And I think Blaze, this is a whole nother atmosphere. This is a whole nother opportunity. A lot of teams that's been in this league has not been at this point of their you figure their career as a team. And 99 Problems, this is only their second year, and they're in the championship. That is a whole nother animal. You know what I mean? Super Friends are here, but last year they was in the Final Four. So they were prepared to be on this type of stage. But I think it's going to start off from early with these coaching, and it's going to get these guys going to really have to earn their money coaching-wise.
the thing about it is, it's not the thing of, you mentioned Blaze, but I don't feel like the pressure's only on him. They have other guys that take up the slack with the culture and the stratagem and everything. They have TJ on the sideline. He also comes in on offense every now and then.
Right.
But he's, one of the main persons that helps them strategize on the sideline. You also have their on-field general in Davi,
Right.
who manages the defense as well. So they have aspects that are good with strategy-wise. They just got to perform in the way that they need to, and they got to communicate all three coaches together.
But let's not forget, this is only Super Friends' second year, and they're in the chip already.
Well,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
But they have a championship pedigree.
Yeah.
They already won
They've
several
won before,
championships
yes.
in the BQFL. You know what I mean? They actually won a championship in BQFL this season, the next day, obviously. But the bottom line of the whole situation is this is a different stage. So you never know what to expect being on the stage. So we're going to have to see how that plays out. We're going to go to some interviews we had before the game. Obviously, you won't see it live. When the show goes up, you'll see it on the show. We'll go to the interviews right now. What's going on? Stephen J here with Davi, one of the captains from 99 Problems. A lot of people figure that y'all don't even have a chance this game. How do you feel about that?
I don't even stress it, man. That's how we've been playing. That's what's been motivating us the whole season, and look where we at. We're right here, Jay. So, and the football guys helped us out with some snow, too, so it's great right now. I feel great.
They got some weapons. They got especially got a lot of height. B-Roy's about 6'3", Alex is about 6'3". What is your idea to shut those two guys down?
Play team ball. Like you said, they got height, speed, they could jump out the gym, but we're the best team, Jay. We're the best team today, and you're going to see.
What you think y'all got to do offensively to keep up with their aggressive style defense?
Oh, we have to score, man, and slow down. We got KC. He likes to, take his time, so I like that about him. So, and he got to at least score 2 touchdowns today. I'm confident on my defense. We scored twice, man. We good, man.
You are. A lot of people say that y'all should just be happy to get here. I know you better than that. I know you ain't thinking about, I'm just happy to get here. You're trying to win this game.
Yeah, I don't even know when was the last time I got here with my franchise, maybe 3 years ago. So this is great right now, and I'm not satisfied. This is the last game, like Shannon said in the huddle. This is the last game we're gonna play together in this league. So let's make this count, man. Let's win this chip.
We're gonna thank Davi for being here with us, fellas. They got a big chip right now. We're gonna see on site. Thanks, man. Stephen J here with captain of Super Friends, Kenny. Kenny, a lot of people say all the pressure's on y'all because y'all supposed to win this game. Is that a little added pressure saying to people when people think that?
No, we just come out here to execute, make plays, and hopefully we can win and walk away with the championship.
People say that 99 got an opportunity and a real chance to win this game because we've seen Dion make some mistakes that keeps teams in the game. What would you say about that?
Nah, I think 99 Problems have a chance without Dion. They here for a reason. So that has nothing to do with Dion. 99 has a chance because they're in the championship.
We know you got some playmakers offensively yourself, Prince Mo, Alex, B-Roy, but they also got people like Shannon, Joe, Javon. They got people who can score the football. Any ideas on how you're going to slow those guys down?
We're going to play defense. We're going to continue to play defense. That's what we've been doing. And, nobody's overlooking 99 Problems. Game got to be played. They're here for a reason. They won 3 games just like we won 3 games.
Davi said the football guys helped them out by the field condition, just to kind of take away from your traction, slow down your speed. What do you think about that?
Shout out to the football guards.
I'm going to thank Kenny for being here with us, man. They got a championship right now. We're going to see you on the site. Thanks, Kenny. What's going on? Stephen J here with coach of Super Friends, Tone. I got sources everywhere, and the sources told me that you wasn't even caring about ball first and second half. You was more concerned about the win. You think 99 Problems made a mistake choosing the ball instead of worrying about the win direction?
The second half will tell the story because they'll be throwing in the win. So we'll see how that affects Casey's throwing.
They have one of the masters at killing the clock. Casey's a calm quarterback. He takes his time. He kills the clock a lot. What is your strategy to stop your defense from being overly aggressive against that?
Well, we're going to be aggressive regardless of the fact. Put pressure on Casey. He should fold. On top of that, got to stay on top of the ref. Make sure that 30-second clock is ready, moving.
I know you be on the site. I know you hear things around the league. People say 99 Problem got an opportunity because of Dion. They say Dion keeps other teams in the game with his mistakes, and sometimes he just doesn't seem to know what's going on in the game. Do you have any type of strategy to get him to focus and stay with the plan at hand?
Dion just manages the game at certain points in time during the course of the game. He knows his defense has his back, so he can take those risks because he knows we're more or less going to, hold him down.
All right, we're going to thank Tone for being here with us, guys. We're going to see you on the site. Good luck, brother. They're in the championship. All right. Come on. I'm here with Shannon, free safety, running back, 99 problems. A receiver, pretty much everything. They feel that you're the only actual weapon that 99 has against Super Friends. What do you think about that? Nobody really talking about Joe, Javon, other guys to help you get here. Everybody say, shut down Shannon, game's over.
I mean, you've been saying that all season, right? And we here, so we just got to do what we've been doing to get here. I mean, we might have to make a little adjustments because they're a little taller, but we faster than them, so we got to make them chase us.
You've played, you a franchise player of the U. You had guys like Pito, Mestre, you know what I mean, Swiss. You got those guys that can size up with teams like this. But now you're playing against guys like Alex, B-Roy, Prince Mo, and you have a smaller secondary. What adjustments you going to make with your guys playing against this team?
The adjustments is just we got to stay on our toes. We can't be caught flat-footed. We can't get caught looking at the quarterback. And we got to make sure every pass he make, we got somebody around the person he's throwing to. No, just make sure that they don't catch no open passes, one play touchdown like that. I mean, they got to work, and we're going to make them work.
What is advice you can give to Dion? I'm sorry, your advice you can give to KC. You played in these type of big games before. What advice can you give him to help him in this atmosphere?
My advice to Casey is just play to your strengths, man. What basically we've been doing to get here, especially like last game. Last game was a perfect example of how much damage he can do. So if we score and we get stops and he played like that last week, we good. I don't have no doubt in my mind.
We're going to thank Shannon for being here. I got a big championship game, man. We're going to see you on the site.
Yeah,
thanks a lot, Shannon. Stephen J. I'm here with Joe, free safety of 99 Problems. You got a lot of guys to go up against today. You got guys like B-Roy, Prince Mo, Alex. Them guys got hype. They're playmakers. How are you going to be able to shut all them guys down?
Honestly, I'm going to just be aware. Make sure I talk to my guys, basically, talk to my defense. So if I'm running to another side, like I say, I got to guard Alex, I'll make sure Shannon's aware that I'm going. You know what I mean? I just got to basically communicate with my defense.
What you think y'all got to do offensively in order to stop, to be able to score on that tough defense that they got on the other side?
Do not allow them to catch the ball. So if they don't catch the ball, they don't go nowhere. So even if they do get beat, if they catch up, you know what I mean? Like, you know how people have catch-up speed. Break the pass up. That's it.
All right. We're going to thank Joe for being with us, man. They in the chip. Good luck, brother. All right. What's going on, people? Stephen J. here with Sarge, quarterback of New Breed. What is your prediction for this game today?
I think Super Friends should win easy. And I'm basing that on quarterback experience. And, this being a big atmosphere and being what it is, 161, I just think, 99 Problems is happy to be here.
You don't think the field condition gives 99 Problems a little better opportunity to attack this Super Friends defense?
To an extent, because they got Shannon, one of the best, playmakers in what we do out here. So he can play in any type of weather. This, plays to his advantage, being that they're a little bit bigger than the average defense. So Shannon should be able to use his elusiveness against them. But I think at the end, Super Friends should come out on top.
KC has a quarterbacking style similar to yours. Y'all don't rush the ball. You take your time, take what defense give you, kill the clock. What advice would you give him on this stage against his very aggressive Super Friend defense?
Got to go with your first instinct against a defense like that. You can't, although you go through your mannerisms and you take your time, you can still take your time, but it got to be quicker. Your first instinct is what you got to go with. You second guess, that might be a turnover in the other direction for the other team.
Give me a score. What's your score and the prediction on the score?
I said on the UFL part, I said 35-7, but given the field positions, I'll say 28-14. Favor Super Friends.
All right, brother. Thanks a lot. Sarge with us. We're going to thank him. We're going to see you on the site, man.
Now, basically, the interviews, basically what, these guys are saying, especially Shannon, he's trying to have, that laid-back personality. He's trying to not think, make it seem like it's too much, but it is. He's their only superstar. You know what I mean? You can't even say he has other stars on the team. He's this team's superstar. I think Joe has the ability to be a star. I just don't think he's there yet. But Shannon is the only superstar with championship experience. going up against a B-Roy, going up against a Prince Mo, going up against a Kenny, going up against Alex. These are guys that won several chips on different teams, and now it's like you're battling David versus Goliath. A lot of people say Carver versus Super Friends was a championship game, and I think as 99, that is the best thing that can happen to you because at the end of the day, you're expected to lose. The pressure's all on the other team. If you limit your mistakes and just go there free spirit, you should be okay.
The thing about it is, the pressure in this game. Yes, it's gonna be a new experience for them. They have to, obviously play through, the jitters and everything, playing in the championship right here. But this team their origin is. A lot of guys grew up together. This is pretty much a block team. Most of these guys know each other and they lived in the same vicinity.
Correct.
So that tight-knit group, they should have that chemistry naturally. And that's something that can help them get through this championship atmosphere because they're so familiar with each other. That's how they have to carry through this game. I think that if they're able to do that and look at this as another game, I think they'll be fine.
We're going to jump in the game. Now, the main thing as far as the strategist is 99 Problems wins the choice of the ball because of the fact that the East won the All-Star game. This is a great strategy, and this was the first mistake that Blaze made. When you have the choice, you got the choice of the direction or you got choice of the ball. Blaze took the choice of the ball. He wanted the ball in the second half, and that played into Tone's hands. Tone was more focused on the wind.
Yeah.
So he was hoping that Blaze took the ball in the second half because now he chooses this way, which way they're going to go. Tone chose to go against the wind the first half and the second half to go with the wind, and which that hurts 99 Problems because KC does not have a strong arm. So now by you going against the wind in the second half, that even hurts you more. And that is that's a great strategy by Tone. He knew how the weather was going to be, and he was prepared for them to choose the ball rather than the wind. And I think that's the first mistake that Blaze made.
Yep. And the thing about it is, most people, when they are making the coin toss or whatever, making a choice, it's a given that they worry about the ball.
Right.
Worry about, okay, I want the ball second half, or they defer, or whatever.
Not deferred.
You get what I mean.
Right.
Meaning
nobody really takes the choice of the win. They always go for the ball
They
first.
always worry about the ball. They
Right.
never take the choice of the win because they figure it's not that important. But in the championship game, especially in this atmosphere, in the weather, the weather that they had on that day, it was everything.
Yep.
Because the wind was blowing crazy on that day.
Yep.
That was one of the reasons why it was so cold.
Yep.
So that plays a factor in how everybody plays, the ball direction, how the quarterback performs.
Correct.
Everything is dictated by the wind in that game, and that's a detail that 99 missed on that one.
We're going to jump into the game now. Dion on a 4 rush is sacked by Dre. Big sack by Dre. Definitely Dre's been a playmaker. He made the All-Star team. Great play by him. Dion on second down throws a principal on the sideline. Decent game, picking up the first down. 99 believes he dropped the ball, but now it's 4 and out. They're not worrying about that. They was questionable. They didn't choose to challenge it because it was a 4 and out. Dion throws to Mace in a gap for a decent game. Third down, Dion throws a screen to Principal, but it's stopped short by Shannon. Great play by Shannon, 3rd and long. But what happens on this play? J-Mo gets called for cursing, which is going to bring them all the way near the 5-yard line. Terrible play by J-Mo. Killed his team here after Shannon snuffed out that screen.
And that was pretty much a 3rd and long before that cursing flag that added 15 yards to the offense. The thing is, pretty much that cursing flag was a bailout for Super Friends. If they didn't have that, the defense would have been able to lock up. They would have had an opportunity to stop them on the first drive.
And what are you cursing for? You just made a stop.
Yeah.
You have nothing to say. Why would you even have anything to say? You just made a good stop. If you're not saying good play, Shannon, or giving a high five, then don't say nothing. J-Mo gets a terrible cursing flag right away. First of all, they got a warning. Now they're inside the red zone on a big cursing flag.
And that's one thing you don't want to do with the Super Friends. If you give them an opportunity to get into scoring position, what are they going to do? They're going to score. So all you're doing is you're giving away the first drive of the game.
Last down at the 5-yard line. Dion throws to B-Roy in the end zone. The ball is tipped by Javon, caught by Alex in the back of the end zone. Alex gets a 2-point conversion, 8-0 Super Friends already.
And this one, even though they gave away the cursing flag and gave them within scoring range, Javon, if you look here, gets to the ball. He's able to make the interception here. He misses it and tips it instead. You got to make that interception. You make the interception, That's your ball right there. That prevents his touchdown. Alex being Alex is at the right place at the right time as usual and is able to clean up the mess that Javon left and is able to get the score.
And that is a terrible play by Javon. And I know I kind of killed Javon this season because, first of all, Javon is about 6'3", 6'4". You know what I mean? He's the same height, and he's the only one that they got height-wise that could match up with a B-Roy, match up with an Alex, match up with a Prince because of his height. You can't drop this pick. You can't drop this pick. This is your opportunity. This is the championship game. This is the big play of the game. And it gets through his hands, which is what I say. He's not a star because he's inconsistent. He misses this play that would have been picked off or at least knocked down, keeps the ball up. Alex finds it, touchdown, 8-0. Super Friends take the lead. First down, KC on 4 rush. Jones Jr. on the silent for a decent game. But if you look here, Joe wide open in the middle, doesn't look off the line. Joe's open, but he's not looking. So Casey can't throw him the ball. Another big mistake by them. Second down, Casey gets blitzed by Pratt. Throws the hands in the gap for a decent game, picking up the first down. Next play, Casey gets blitzed again by Pratt. Throws the hand to hands. The ball is tipped by Alex, incomplete. Next play on third down, Casey throws to JR on the sideline. Caught for a decent game. 99 is going to have to punt. They don't have anything there.
And one thing I got to say is if you look at this drive, KC is hesitating on certain passes because he's trying to get it over Alex's head.
Right.
One thing about Alex is he's a tall player right there, and you have him at ball giver. It gives KC another thing to worry about because he has to throw it past him. And Alex here is able to get a big tip in the middle of this drive that slows down their drive. They probably would have get this pass through. They probably would have got more yardage. They probably would have been in scoring range here. That's a big play by Alex on second down, preventing them from getting any further, and they have to punt.
But you gotta adjust. You already knew what was gonna happen. I wouldn't hear that. He threw against Amir last week. Amir's around the same height as Alex. Is he as athletic? No. Amir's not as athletic as Alex. But he was able to throw the ball over Amir. I don't want to hear that. You knew Alex was going to be the ball giver. You knew what was going to happen. It was your job to adjust. Alex is a straight-up defender. His hands is up. You got to throw it to the sides. That's slant passes. Don't try to throw over his head because it's not going to happen, and that's your mistakes there. Deion gets the ball back. He gets blitzed by Mac. Throws short to show. That one is dropped. Deion on 4 rush throws Alex in the middle for a decent game. Deion on third down throws Alex in the gap for a nice game, picking up the first down. Deion throws deep to Prince Mo in the end zone. That one is going to be incomplete. Definitely, Deion took a shot downfield. We see Alex getting the ball a lot, and you would figure that 99 starts realizing that, but they just letting Alex do whatever he wants.
I mean, what can they do at this point?
Second down, Deion throws deep to Kenny, wide open on the sideline for a big gain. If you look here, J-Mo gets caught in the switch. You just got a person that killed your team. He struggled last week. You know what I mean? Was it 2 weeks ago? When he struggled, we spoke about J-Mo?
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, against IOD.
He struggled. We talked about him. It don't seem like he got the memo because now he gets caught in the cursing and then he gets caught in the switch rather than playing his guy. Third down, Deion throws a screen to Prince Mo for a short game, picking up at the 5-yard line. Great play by 99. They're shutting down that screen that Super Friends like to do. Definitely great play on them. Last down, Deion is blitzed by J-Mo, who's blocked by Show. Deion finds Prince Mo in the front of the end zone for the touchdown, 14-0. Once again, Super Friends score a touchdown on 4th down.
But I think that even though it was 4th down and they was able to score there, that big pass to Kenny is what got them downfield. I think if you look here, I got to show you the mistake that was made here. J-Mo lets the receiver get behind him, leaves him to Joe, but then doesn't lock up on anybody else. He's still in the middle watching the quarterback here and leaves Kenny wide open on the sideline. The cornerback can't pick him up because he has a Mace in the front. So Kenny is wide open. J-Mo's supposed to pick him up, slide to the other side. He doesn't do that. He stays stationary, and because of that, Kenny is left wide open for that big play.
2 touchdowns on 4th down. Now this team is in trouble. They have the ability to slow them down. Listen, Super Friends this year, offensively, greatest show in church. But you gave up 2 4th down touchdowns. And what happened? You blitzed J-Mo, one of your smallest guys. It's disrespectful to blitz him against Show. Show's a big body. You cannot blitz J-Mo against Show. That is not going to work. You had to adjust and know what you had to do. And 2 touchdowns on 4th down means you were prepared but you still gave up money. Bottom line.
And the thing that's incredible about this too is about that play as well is they have one less receiver on that play, that big play to Kenny, because they have a blocker blocking for Dion. So there's one less receiver. There's one defender that's floating around not doing nothing. So lock up on somebody who's open. There's no reason why anybody should be open. And again, yes, they got the 4th down touchdown, but that 2nd down play shouldn't have happened, and that is why they end up scoring again.
Shannon on the kickoff steps out of bounds to 15-yard line. That is huge. Huge. Casey with 2 quick passes to JR on the sideline for a decent gain. Casey then 2 more passes for another decent gain, picking up the 1st down. Casey then gets blitzed by B-Roy, who's blocked by Cole. Throws to JR on the sideline for a 10 to the 10-yard line. That is a great play by Cole. Great way to pick up B-Roy. B-Roy was the guy that we said impacts blitzing, and that's a great pickup on a blitz. After a short pass to Shannon on 2nd down, Casey throws deep to Joe on the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Joe with a great touchdown catch. Brian gets hurt on this play. 14 to hands get the 2-point conversion. 14-7, 99's back in the game.
And this is a revitalizing play right here. This was Casey throwing it right where Joe can get it. He was wide open in the back of the end zone. Super Friends cannot react. It seems like they didn't see him in the back of the end zone. Joe goes right there. Casey puts it right there. Joe makes a catch. That is the type of play that you need to bring your team back into this game, because it seemed like they started to deflate. Casey and Joe connect on this play, and they can be right back in the game if they play it right.
And I think the key to this play was B-Roy blitzing, using the blitz and getting stopped. That was a huge play, because that could have been negative. It could have been negative yardage. KC's not a runner. You know what I mean? So you know at the end of the day, if B-Roy can get there, that's a sack. But Cole with the great putting his feet in the dirt, making a home, and stopping B-Roy's blitz. Great play by them. 14-7, they're back in the game. Super Friends get the ball. Delayed game on 1st down. 2nd down, Deion throws deep to Mace, wide open the gap, and runs it all the way to the touchdown, putting them back up with a higher lead. That is a great play by them. Deion with a no-look pass of Vadim on the extra 2-point conversion. 22-8, Super Friends take the even higher commanding lead.
And if you look here, the safety steps up to the line. It looks like to guard the 1st down line or whatever. Steps up and leaves Mace with a free release in the middle of the field, wide open. And you know, if you give Deion any receiver that's downfield, he is going to take that shot. No brainer. He does here, right to Mace with a free release into the end zone.
Tough talk blooper. Yeah.
That is the simplest play you can give Deion. It's like handing away the game right there. That was the easiest touchdown I've ever seen Deion throw in a playoff.
But we back on 99's mistakes. First of all, they give up 2 touchdowns on 4th down. The second one, they had J-Mo go against Show, which is a terrible matchup, which gave Deion time. This one, regarding the 1st down, Deion is a home run hitter. If you give him the slightest edge, he's going downfield.
And that's exactly
so I would rather you challenge him to get a short 1st down than to give Mace. The reason that they signed this guy was the fact that they know people are going to back off. They're going to give him space because you got B-Roy, you got Prince Mo, you got Kenny, you got Alex. Those are a lot of offensive weapons. Mace is the guy that gets in the slots, in the gaps, and people forget about him. The guy can catch the football. You give him a free release all the way down to the end zone, 22-8. Two friends get called for the flag, the taunting, and now 99 needs to. You just need to focus. Because I'm thinking this team is doing this practically on your home turf. You know what I mean? They're gonna obviously they respect everybody, but right now they're disrespecting you. They're laughing at you, and you're not. It's not that they're that much of a better team than you. It's your foolish mistakes that you made. You had a week to prepare for this game, and you didn't do it.
And the thing about it is, every single time they scored, it was off of 99's mistakes on defense. Obviously, they're struggling to score. They got 1 touchdown so far.
Right.
But again, they're struggling defense, their mistakes, their missed coverage, their miscommunication. All of these things factor into those 3 touchdowns that they got in this game, and they're paying for it every single time they make a mistake.
Right now, it's 22-8. 99 is driving. They have to score. Shannon with a great return all the way to the 20-yard line. Remember, last drive, he stepped out at the 15, which hurt him. And they own 15. This time, he returns it all the way to 20. Let me tell you.
Remember, they got help from the Taunton flag.
That
was
15-yard penalty
on the kickoff.
Which Shannon gets all the way to the 20-yard. Let me tell you something. Shannon is the best return man in the game. The one thing you don't want to do is get the ball to Shannon. You keep the ball away from him. I think Super Friends, because they're 22-8, wasn't really paying attention, got away with this, especially with the taunting flag, and Shannon gets him all the way to the 20-yard line. Casey with a short pass to Shannon on the sideline for a few yards. Casey, last play before the half, throws to JR in the front of the end zone. It's dropped. Take us into the half, 22-8.
Now they're making mistakes on offense. Okay, before you go anywhere, I'm going to say this. They catch this touchdown, they're right back in the game. They're right back in the game, and they get the ball back. So this should have been a different game if JR catches that pass. Casey, one thing I could give him, he put the pass right to JR. JR supposed to catch. He was wide open in the middle of the end zone. You can't get even more open than this, and he drops a pass, leading them into the half 22-8. That is unfortunate.
JR's a former All-Star. He made the All-Star team last year, and a lot of people say he got snubbed this year. He should have been on the All-Star team. Let me explain something to you now. I'm going to go on 99.
I'm just waiting.
It's the championship game. You was 2-8 last year. You beat everybody that was in front of you in the playoffs. Nobody expected you to make the championship. You're playing like you don't belong here. And that's the worst that I've seen them play. You give up 2 touchdowns on 4th down. You give up a deep release play by Mace. You gave up one to Kenny. Then you gave up a bomb to Mace, gave Mace a free release. 4th down, after the penalty on Super Friends, Shannon gets you all the way to the 20-yard line.
Yeah.
Casey, one of his best throws of the night to Junior, and he drops the ball. Let me explain to y'all on Real Tough Talking. Let me explain to y'all here. These lights are bright on 161 in the chip. Super Friends will tell you, Carver will tell you, Browns will tell you, even MVR will tell you. Playing on this atmosphere is a completely different thing. You might have played everywhere, but when you hear, it's a different atmosphere. Everything you will be, I would say, blown up and show. Them little mistakes that you get away during the season, here, they're going to be magnified.
Yeah.
99 played like they did not belong on this field with Super Friends. That had nothing to do with talent. That had nothing to do with anything else. You play like you wasn't ready to win. You play like you were just happy to be here. And that is the worst thing you could do in football. You earned your way here, and you came out the first half and showed nothing. Like you just happy to be at the party. You the girl that just happy that somebody asked you out to the prom. You don't care that the guy who asked you out didn't dance with you all night. You don't care that all night nobody paid you attention. You just happy to be at the prom. And that's a disrespect to themselves playing like this. The only one that gave 100% effort is Shannon in the first half.
Listen, and there's not much to say about Super Friends because they're doing everything that they're supposed to. I'm not saying that it wasn't 99 giving away a lot of mistakes and everything like that, but Dion, he took risks on certain plays, but they paid off most of the time. Mace was wide open. They gave him that shot. He takes it. Alex with that cleanup play after Javon drops that interception, he catches that play. They get a touchdown and an extra point. Now you have Dion confident enough to throw no looks on the 2-point conversion. Once that happens, now you're in trouble.
And they laughing at you.
Yes.
And that is not a disrespect. They're trying to take their head out mentally. That's what they're doing to you.
And the thing about it is, but despite all of that, they could have practically erased all of that and changed the momentum of the game
touchdown.
if JR caught that touchdown. So again, right now, Super Friends is flying high. They feel that all they got to do is just keep 99 out of the game the way that they have the whole first half. They got the wind on their side now in the second half, so they have an advantage going into the second half, even though 99 has the ball. And they're going to keep this momentum going. And it's up to 99 to take it from them because right now, Super Friends has the game in their hands.
Let's see what happens in the second half. First down, Casey throws the hands in the middle for a nice game, picking up the first down. Casey then throws the hands again on the sideline for a decent gain. On second down, Casey throws to Shannon in the gap. Off target, picked off by Golo, giving it back to Super Friends. 22-8, Casey's first pick in the game.
And now this is becoming a downward spiral. Starting from the first half, they didn't make that touchdown. It seems like they came out. Casey himself came out demoralized right here because he was not accurate with this pass. Shannon was open on his play, but he's completely off target here. I don't know what he saw. I don't know what happened on that play. I don't know if it's the pressure of the game, pressure of the blitz coming in on certain drives. He's worried about the blitz coming in. I don't know what it is, but right now, this was the most inaccurate pass Casey has thrown in the last 2 playoff games that they've played. So this is going to kill him if he does this again.
What did we say in the beginning of the game? We said that Tone's main thing was to get the win.
Yes, and I think that was a factor.
The win is going against Casey.
And not only that, it's cold out here. So again, the first half, they have some time off. They're talking, but again, you're as a quarterback, you're cooling off. So now the weather's getting to you because you stopped moving. So again, as you come out in the second half, the wind is blowing against you and it's cold. So that's 2 things that factors in on a quarterback's accuracy, and you kind of saw it. And I didn't want to put all of the emphasis on that, but yes, that was a factor in why this interception was thrown.
Second down, Dion gets blitzed by Dre, throws deep to Mace on the sideline. That is dropped. That is a huge drop by Mace. This was putting the game away right here if he makes his catch. Next play, third down, Dion throws a Mace on the opposite sideline for a nice gain. You see here, Mace is still frustrated about that drop. Super Friends are able to punt. That is a good stop. Mainly because Mace dropped the ball.
Yes.
But it's still a stop.
He said not to show it, but we had to.
It's still a stop. So now 99 has opportunity after making the mistake, coming out of the second half, throwing a pick. Their defense makes a stop. It was a drop, but a stop is a stop. After a short pass to Shannon, Casey gets blitzed and sacked by B-Roy. B-Roy with a nice move to get through the block. He wasn't going to stop B-Roy the whole game. You got away with it in the beginning. He went to one of his defensive moves. The guy plays tackle. He's a defensive lineman. You knew he was going to get through, and that is a big sack. Great play by B-Roy to get the sack.
And this was a nice move, not necessarily trying to power through the blocker, but he dodges him here with a nice move to get past him and gets right to KC before KC has any time. But if you look at all the receivers, they're all locked up, so KC didn't have an option to go to anyway. So this was a definite sack. Great play by the whole defense.
They went man, knowing that the blitz was coming. So they went one-on-one against the whole 99 Problems offense, and because B-Roy was able to get a sack, KC didn't have an opportunity to look for somebody.
And that is the best way a defense can run. Everything is working on both sides. They're locking up the receivers. B-Roy coming in, not giving Casey time to make something happen. That was a good defensive play there.
Third down on 4 rush. Casey throws a Joe in the middle. Off target, incomplete. If you look at Casey's hesitating to throw the ball, 9.5 to punt. He's struggling with his accuracy because the wind is going crazy.
I mean, there's so many different factors that's, playing against Casey right now. The wind, the cold. Alex is hard to throw over because, again, you said that he has to throw it to the sides, but Alex is going side to side, waiting for him to pass so he can get in his way. So that's a hard person to get through when you're trying to pass, and especially when you're struggling with your accuracy already. Now that's another obstacle to get past. This is not going good for KC, and he's struggling, and you can see it here in that play.
Dion gets the ball back. He throws a pass to Alex in the gap for a nice gain. Second down, Dion throws the show on the opposite side for a decent gain. If you look here, 99 is playing back, giving away chunks of yardage. They're playing scared. They're dropping back in zone, giving them all this yardage, and Dion's going to take it. If you're going to lock up, you need an interception. You need to stop them. You don't need to give them an opportunity to kill a clock. You got to man up. You're down 22-7. Definitely not a good play by them. Dion on third down throws deep to show in the end zone, incomplete. Last down, Dion throws to Prince Mo in the back in the end zone, right through Prince Mo's hands, incomplete, turnover on downs. This is a play that we've seen Prince Mo make in his sleep last year. Not the same play this year, turnover on downs.
I mean, as one slight defense, even though it's not a defense, he's supposed to catch this regardless. There was a couple of defenders that got in the way. It looked like he didn't know that the ball was getting to get past them, but it doesn't matter. You're a big-time receiver. This is your job. This is your 9 to 5 when you're on the field, and it goes right through his fingers. That's yet another play that they stop themselves
And they have an opportunity to get back in.
They give the drive back to 99 with them dropping 2 passes.
Second down, Casey throws short to Shannon, who runs for a short gain. Third down, Casey's blitzed by B-Roy. Throws a Joe in the cap, high and picked off by Brian, giving the ball back to Super Friends. That is Casey's second pick of the game. Once again, B-Roy comes in, impacts it. Casey just tries to make a throw. Terrible throw, off target, interception. Their second turnover of the game.
And now you see Brian, from the first half, he went out in that injury on that Joe touchdown pass. He comes back in playing defense and he makes a big play for his team. Now it seems like every single person that's coming in this game is trying to contribute to seal this game away for Super Friends championship win.
I don't think he should have got back in the game. I think Brian had a concussion. I don't even think he knew where he was.
I mean, obviously,
but he got up real quick and they couldn't do an evaluation of him because had he stood down on the ground, not only would it have been a timeout, they would have lost him for the game because of whatever concussion protocol. We took Joe Blow out the game for that.
Yeah.
We took Joey from Carver 2 seasons ago. Same thing. He was taken out. So he got back in the game, even though I think he had a concussion. But because he got back in and they was ready to go, the league may have missed that, but he still came back and made a great play, great pickoff by Brian.
And that's just him with the adrenaline running, trying to make something happen for his team, and that's exactly what happened. Sometimes you play through the injury. Obviously, a concussion is one of the worst injuries to try to play through. But it seems we can't even confirm that that's exactly what happened.
We're thinking that, yeah.
You know, that's assumption. But again, he felt that he was okay. He comes in and he makes a big play for his team.
Dion gets the ball back. He throws a Kenny cut in the middle for a nice gain. Then Dion throws deep to Prince Mo with Shannon on him. The ball just comes out, incomplete pass. That's another play that I think Prince Mo should have caught. He got behind Shannon, but he wasn't able to catch the ball for a touchdown. Offense undecided on 4th down. Tone calls the timeout and tells him to punt. That's another stop by 99 Problems. They're stopping him in the second half. The offense is just not helping them, and that's a good stop once again.
And this is the second stop that they had in the second half, right?
Right.
So these are 2 opportunities. There's another opportunity that they have to get back into this game. They need something to happen in this drive. They have to score. Otherwise, I would pretty much say it right now. It's all she wrote. It's all on this drive here.
Casey gets the ball. He's going to throw to Shannon in the gap for a decent gain. Casey would have passed the JR on the sideline for a few yards. Then on 3rd down, Casey throws to Joe in the middle. Passes blocked by Alex. I give a great play by Alex. Now remember, they're trying to pick up a first down. Last down, Casey with 2 blockers, scrambles. Throws deep to Joe in the gap. High, picked off by Kenny. Giving it back to Super Friends. End of the game. Super Friends win the championship. Casey's 3rd interception of the game. Way to shut it down. Super Friends, new UFL champions.
And the crazy thing is, and obviously, you know, Super Friends, they're celebrating here. But before we get to that, I got to say this. All 3 times, Super Friends was stopped in the second half. Casey threw an interception. Every single drive that they put their offense back on the field, Casey threw an interception.
True.
That was 3 interceptions in a row on 3 different drives.
True.
That is a game killer right there. That shows that Casey, the second half was not his. He was already defeated before he got on the field. That's just my assumption because the way he was throwing was not the way he was throwing in the first half. He wasn't his best in the first half, but he was a completely different Casey in the second half. And that is one of the factors I showed that it was all she wrote from the beginning to the end.
Okay. First of all, we're going to congratulate Super Friends, 2017 UFL champs. This team had a tough road.
Mm-hmm.
You got to give them their props. You know, they won the first game, pretty convincingly. They shouldn't be here. And I think that game versus them Getters woke them up.
Yeah.
They were down.
Yeah. 2
touchdowns with a minute and change left on the clock. Dre goes out. They come back and win that game in overtime.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom line, that woke them up.
Yeah.
They play Carver. Chuck gets the ball 5 times, only scores once. Unheard of. Last time we seen Chuck play like that, it was in the championship games versus the Browns. He was able to win.
Mm-hmm.
But again, He played bad that game, really terrible. This game, they came out ready to go early. Without having Chris on the field with them, they came out early. They scored 3 touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. Did you hear what I said? They scored 3 touchdowns on their first 3 possessions.
As long as you know, I was there, so I saw it happen right as it happened. The thing about it is, again, one thing I gotta say is, and this is the thing that I mentioned in the beginning of the game or before we started, is Deion was one of the main factors.
Right.
And it's all about which Deion that you get. We got big time championship play Deion in this game.
Yep.
He played great in this game.
Which is why he won championship MVP.
And yes, we're gonna announce it now. Deion, as you see here, wins championship MVP. Lights out in this game. He did everything he was supposed to. It's hard to even point out the mistakes that he made. Yes, they were taking risks in the second half, but we pretty much see that the game was already over as 99 was pretty much throwing the game with KC's 3 interceptions. You know, the first half was pretty much Deion's, and I think that's what won the game.
Stephen J. I try to come with facts all the time. 99 Problems had the ball 6 times. Let's repeat that again. 99 Problems had the ball. No, 7 times.
Yeah.
7 times. Super Friends had it 5. Okay? They punted. They scored. Then they dropped the touchdown. Not bad.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Because had JR caught the ball, Junior catches that ball, they're back in the game. But if I'm them, I feel good. We had the ball 3 times. We scored a touchdown once, and we should have had 2. And this is where coaching comes involved in the game. When they switch sides, interception, punt, interception, interception. That was Tone's strategy the whole time. He wanted them to worry about the ball and not the win. So I know you can sit down as Deion's MVP, great game. But Tone deserves a lot of credit for that because a lot of guys don't think about that. Only the top coaches in the game think about stuff like that, captains in the game. I'm talking about your Jingo from the Browns. I'm talking about Pam's from Carver. You know, I'm talking about Swiss, underrated. Free to bro Swiss. So only coaches like that think of that. And Tone is up there as one of them also. Even you could throw Tiki in there from primetime. He thinks like that too.
Mm-hmm.
Casey threw 3 interceptions in the second half. And one time they had to punt.
Yeah.
This team played terrible. 7 times you had a ball. And you only scored 1 touchdown. 1 touchdown. Not going to get it done. You threw 3 picks and you had to punt the ball twice. Not going to get it done. Not against this high-powered Super Friends offense, especially them scoring 3 times on their first 3 possessions.
And the thing about that is, like you said, the win played a big factor in the second half. It was one of the things that I can say, and you can say as well, that it threw Casey's game off. Because obviously, as he came in the second half, he wasn't as accurate. His throws are way off target, and sometimes they would sail right into the defender's hands. Once you see that, there's no coming back from that. You have to adjust, and I don't think Casey was able to adjust with the win the way he needed to, and that's why he kept turning the ball over.
Now, Super Friends took their foot off the pedal second half.
Yes.
They got stopped twice.
Mm-hmm.
99 opportunity to get back in the game. But now Super Friends knew that they had a lead.
Mm-hmm.
They were just focusing on not turning the ball over and giving them a chance to score.
And you got to give them credit because on certain drives on defense, they locked up on the receivers. Sometimes they
dared them to beat them.
Yes. And the thing about it is, listen, they dared them, but they also added that extra pressure from B-Roy blitzing in.
Yeah.
And that was another factor. Then you have to factor in Alex being able to throw it over him, worrying about the blitz. So there's a lot of things that they put into Casey's head that he had to worry about, and I don't think Casey was able to handle all of those things, having to adjust to all of those problems, and that is why the game ended the way it did.
Casey played good in the first half,
Yes.
played terrible in the second half, and it wasn't his fault. His coach did not pay attention to the wind. You got to know what you have. Now, when Super Friends locked up in man, you don't have anybody besides Shannon and maybe Joe that can beat them. So I'm not going straight across. I'm going in a box formation. I'm going in a straight line. I'm going in a double line. I'm trying to use the field condition as an advantage. These guys kept trying to beat them one-on-one. You're not beating them one-on-one. You're not doing it. The only one that can do it is Shannon. And Shannon ate, but he ate underneath. They allowed Shannon to get those little 5 and overs, the slants, because he wasn't going to get behind them.
Yeah.
That was their key. And they didn't have anybody that can get downfield. Joe had a great touchdown in the beginning of the game, but second half, the win was against KC. He cannot get the ball where it needed to be, and that cost him the game.
And because of that, they were not able to move the ball, and that's what stagnated their offense. So that was a big factor. And the thing is, again, Super Friends were not scoring in the second half.
Right.
So it wasn't that they couldn't keep up with them scoring. It wasn't that they were killing them on offense. They shut them out in the second half.
Yes, but the way they looked at it, if you pay attention, they didn't want to give 99 Problem a chance of getting the game.
Yeah, yeah.
So they stopped taking chances, and they was like, you know what? We're up 2 touchdowns.
Well, I'm not going to say they stopped taking chances because...
No, but what I'm saying is they're like, you know what? Beat us. We're up 2 scores. Beat us. And 99 Problems had the ball 4 times and did not score.
Yeah.
3 interceptions, 1 punt. That's not going to get it done.
Listen, hats off to them. They handled the game the way they were supposed to, and it got them the championship.
Super Friends are the champs. We're going to go to some of the interviews, and then we'll be right back to wrap up the show.
What's going on, people? Stephen J. here with the championship MVP, Dion. 22-7. How does that feel, championship MVP?
Feels great. Came here to do one thing, Came here to do one thing and one thing only, win. I'm not really worried about MVPs. Not worried to win by 1 or by 50. Just wanted to come out and win.
You didn't have a great game last week, but you seem to be on point this week. You seem like you was prepared, you was focused. What's the difference between this week and last week?
Last week, honestly, my hand was frozen. Hard to throw that ball. You can ask Chuck,
Right.
He just don't have bad games like that. It's hard to throw the ball, but luckily my team came out with the win, man.
What was the atmosphere like playing here under the lights on 161?
Oh, it was great. It was great. I can't wait to come back next year.
So the Super Friends will be back to defend the title.
100%.
All right. Last question. When you won the MVP, everybody was cheering and I was happy, but you was looking at them like it should have been obvious I was the championship MVP. What was that about?
We got together during the week. My team gives me a lot of crap, but it's expected for me to score. I have superstars on my team. I just got to do my job. This week I told them I'm going to play lights out. I'm due, and it's exactly what I came to do.
All right, we're going to thank Dion for being here with us. Championship MVP, Super Friends on the board with the chip in the UFL. Going to thank him for being here. Thanks, brother. Thank you. You got us? What's going on, people? Stephen J. here with B-Roy, coming off of this championship win. First of all, tell me, what was the atmosphere like?
This was like Friday Night Lights.
Bring it up a little higher.
Under the lights, man. It was special. It was different, but it was special,
A lot of people said last week was the real chip, you versus Carver. That 99 didn't have a shot at beating y'all. How was y'all able to still come out focused for this game?
I mean, listen, you gotta be focused. You gotta be built for that. Like, you could listen to the naysayers and all that. Hey, we supposed to win. We come out here, lay an egg, it's for nothing. We already did that before. We played Carver, we won. Next week, we laid the egg. We're not trying to do that. No, we know how that feel. So all week I was just letting everybody know. You know how that feel. That's not how that feeling no more.
Y'all seem to kind of disrupt Casey. We saw him throw a lot of interceptions. He's not usually known as a turnover type quarterback.
Right.
What was it that y'all defensive strategy coming into the game?
You gotta roam. You gotta stay disciplined. We know what he wants, so we had to take it away from him. We knew it. If you played against Casey before, you know what he wants. So we got to take that. We got to force him to do something he's not used to doing, and that's what we did.
What did Dion prove to you today, coming away to win this championship?
Dion today, he didn't play to to win the game, he played football. And that's what happened. He played football. Today he relaxed and played football, and we got the W.
What does it feel like to be champ right now?
It don't get old, you know. It still feel good, you know what I mean? That's it.
Of course, we got the GOAT, Mr. Skip. I'm gonna give Skip the mic. I'm gonna give Skip the mic.
Yo, what's up? This is Skip Capture. Can you see me? Can you see me? I want to make sure you see who's saying this. This is AKA Skip Capture, Dim Buckets.
Right.
I just got one question from my man Luke.
Right. Wow.
Come on, fam. Don't do that, man. Are you looting tomorrow, nigga? Because you better loot these niggas, man. You loot us last week, nigga. You better loot us.
Now.
You better loot
Come
these.
on now.
I'm waiting. I want tomorrow. I'm gonna be on. I'm looking for an hour long. I'm gonna be looking for an hour long loot, just like you did us, man. We're straight up.
Listen, it's only right, man.
And yo, Super Mob, yeah, forget that, man.
No.
That shit. Super Mob,
Come on.
forget it. Keep it 100, man.
Games.
Keep it 100.
Super Mob is funny games because we got respect for Carl.
Man, respect for you too, fam. On the strength, yo.
After today, we ain't gonna do a Super Mob no more. We won these chips. We did what we supposed to do. We super friends. When we first came out,
We
it was like
super friends.
We
super friends. Me and you, we super friends.
Yeah,
right
we
now,
super
nigga.
friends.
We super friends. We super friends.
We were super friends, and people when we came out, and they like, "Yo, super friends." That's a funny name. Now y'all lost. Watch the throne now. All right.
We're gonna thank B-Roy and Mr. Skip Catcher. That's the GOAT, man. That's a Jordan. That's a Jordan of this video. So we let him do it. But the Lou guard, he came away with a championship. He's feeling good, man. See you on the site. Thanks, man. What's going on, guys? Stephen J here with Alex, super friends. You had a big touchdown catch earlier in the game off of a tip that you caught. What did you see on that deflection?
I was just running a route. Back at the end zone, all the way across. I'm not going to stop going across until somebody catches that ball. It was deflected. I seen the ball. I just got to go get it. I'm going to go get it.
Super Friends cut Red, the A player, to go after you. What was it like when you got the call knowing that they wanted to pick you up?
Well, you put it out there. Me and you had a conversation. Right. I was healthy. I was supposed to actually play with them before the whole injury happened, but Jack made the call. Said, yo, you ready? I said, yeah. All right, come down. I didn't know about the whole situation, but I just came to play.
How was playing on this atmosphere? What was it like?
Oh, no, it's amazing. Under the lights, Yankee Stadium, it's amazing. It's good.
You know, I hear a lot of rumors. I got a lot of sources. The talk through the grapevine is Blackout may be taking a ride up here. If Blackout come up here, where's Alex going? I don't want to take the fun away from you. Hopefully we get an answer.
I'm just celebrating the chip now with Super Friends.
Right.
These the bros, man. Through Dynasty, through everything, man. I always have fun playing with these guys.
So
it's amazing. Next season, if the UFL does decide to come back, which I hope you guys do, because I'll be out here.
Right.
I hope, you gonna see me out here.
Right. But you ain't gonna answer that question. I'm just. We go. Wait. Matter of fact, I'm glad you're here. The question I just asked him is, if Blackout is rumored through the grapevine that Blackout may be taking a ride up here, and I asked the man where was he going if Blackout come up here.
Blackout for life. That's what I'm saying. Blackout for life. That's all it says.
So we don't know.
They did what they did, but Blackout for life. I f with the Super Friends. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Super Friends. They here.
Blackout for life.
But it's Blackout, baby.
Yeah, in my interview.
We're going to thank Alex for being here with us, man.
Shout out to Ghost and Jay. Yo, y'all do all this work. It's amazing. I watch it every week. It's cool, man. It's cool, man. ESPN.
Thank you, brother.
I feel amazing.
Thank you, man.
All right,
we're going to thank Alex for being here with us. Mr. Tiki, step up. Grab a mic. Mace, I got you next, brother. I'm waiting. You're going to have to come on this mic.
You trying to trip me? Watch the call. Watch
Yeah.
You trying to
All right.
trip me?
Shannon! All right, ready? I'm here with Tiki, coach of Primetime, also Super Friends. How does it feel? Tell me what the championship feeling feels like. What does it feel like right now?
It's another chip. It don't get old. Winning never gets old. I don't care how many times you win. Winning never gets old.
What was this atmosphere like playing out here under the lights 161?
This is definitely different. I will say that I heard about it. Last year I couldn't make it out here. Personal reasons, because I was supposed to be the coach of the All-Star team. But this atmosphere is real. The crowd, even though I'm a Met fan,
right?
I respect that Yankee Stadium feel, that aura. I respect that.
What's going on next season? Will we see more of Tiki out here coaching with Super Friends?
Of course. If Super Friends is here, Tiki's here. Prime Time is here, Tiki's here. 2 teams, 1 family, all the same goal. It's always like that.
All right, we're going to thank Tiki for being here with us, man. Coach of Super Friends, he just won a chip. Feels so good. That's what he's telling us. See on the site.
Feels great.
Oh, thank you. I'm talking to all of y'all. AB, tell me what it feel like.
Feels great. Feels great. You know?
What was the atmosphere? Is it like what people said it was like?
I love it here. I love it here. We respect you guys. We love what y'all do. But yo, stop getting on my guys. Stop getting on my guys.
What did your quarterback prove to you today?
He proved that he's a top quarterback, top 3 in the league, number 1 to me. But, you know, you got to give Chuck and them guys their respect. But Dion is definitely a top quarterback. He showed that today. He was perfect. We dropped a few balls, but other than that, he threw a perfect game.
We seen you slow. You started out hot this season. We seen you kind of slow down. What happened?
I let selfish things affect my game. Now I'm better than that, you know. So I got to be there for my team next year. Follow through, even though I still finished with 10 or 11 sacks, but I could have easily broke that record.
All right, we're gonna thank AB for being here. He's the champion now, so I know he ain't worrying about awards. Gonna thank him for being here. All right, Yanni, tell Shannon to come over here.
Come on?
Yeah, everybody.
Good evening.
Yeah, tell him to come over. We're here with Jigga, cornerback, Super Friends. Just tell me and make sure you bring the mic close. What does the atmosphere feel like playing out here in the championship game?
It's great. It's great under the lights. You know,
Bring it up, the mic, before we got you.
You know, it's under the lights. You know, it's great. Everybody out here. You know what I'm saying?
We don't usually see you smile.
Yeah, I'm always
so it takes a chip.
You're right.
The chip brings a smile off.
Of course.
What did Dion prove to you today?
What you mean? He ain't proved nothing to me. He had it all along. All right? He didn't really play good the last couple of games. But today, my man showed out. He ain't say nothing. He came in the park. He said, yo, it's time to punch the time clock, the time sheet. That's it. Time to punch in.
Mr. Mace. Come over here and grab a microphone, brother.
Jigga black out, all right?
What's going on, Jay?
Super Friends came up short last year.
Yes, sir.
Final Four came out, picked you up.
Yes, sir.
Picked up Alex.
Yes, sir.
You seem focused since you walked on this field. What was your motivation?
You, to be honest.
Congratulations, Super Friends.
Yo, good looking, man.
No problem, bro.
It's my dog.
Don't go nowhere. I got to talk to you.
Shannon,
So
it's my dog right here.
Yeah, go ahead.
But to be honest, you was my motivation. Before I even played the game, you was counting me as an A player. You said I couldn't play both sides of the ball. So when it was my turn to play both sides of the ball, I did what I came to do. But Jay motivated me, man. I was on a mission this year.
You played
Shout out
lights
to my
out.
quarterback.
You played lights out offensively. You was even selected in an All-Star game. Obviously, we know you wasn't going to play because you had a chip game. But what was it like to be selected to at least be knowing that you're one of the top players in the league?
Feel good, man. Knowing that this is my first year here in the UFL, and I'm planning on coming back.
So you'll be back?
Of course, man. I love it. Why not? Look at this.
Right.
I'm a Mets fan, but look at this. Come on. It don't get no better than this. No disrespect to the other leagues, but it don't get no better than this.
They said this feeling is addictive. What was it like being on the field, running the route, everybody watching you, lights on, old Yankee Stadium? What's that like?
I felt like a kid again. I feel like I was back in high school, man. And there's no better feeling than that. No better feeling than that.
$7,000.
$7,000.
How does
Two
that
chips.
sound?
2 chips in less than a week because we didn't get to Sunday yet.
Right. So how does that feel?
Feels great, man. Feels great, man. I've been on the other end of the stick a few times, losing big games, but shout out to the Super Friends. They called me. I feel like I'm home.
We're going to thank Mace for being here with us. He said he'll be back next season. So
Shout out
Super
to
Friends
Ghost,
coming
man.
back. Much love to you. Thanks, Mace.
All right, man.
Shannon!
What's going on? It's Ghost here. I'm with Shannon, captain of 99. Obviously, it's a tough championship loss. Y'all had a hard road to get here. A lot of people didn't even pick y'all to be here. Y'all come here, and then, you know, Obviously, you was on the field and you saw what happened. What do you think happened with your team today?
I just think, our weakness got exposed. Is actually what it is. We didn't come focused. If you look at it, the first drive, the cursing, it just messed us up. So from then, we didn't really click on defense. And then the defense went to the offense, and it was just bad, It's good, though. We got here, and, we got a bad taste in our mouth, but we good, though. We good.
Well, obviously, you like you just said, you pointed out that you made certain mistakes. What do you think you would have to do to correct those mistakes and be back to where you were today?
Football's all about matchups, too. I think it was a bad matchup for us. Even though we were still in the game, I think we know we have to fix our weaknesses, and we just got to focus. It's a championship game. So, a championship game, you just got to be focused. Like, that's what I preach. Just focus, no cursing, don't look at the quarterback, watch your man. And we didn't do that. We looked at the quarterback. Our man was, I gave a touchdown, so it's a lot.
And one more question. What do you think happened with your quarterback today, with KC? He wasn't able to control the game like he usually does. He was
still repping the Bronx. I don't care. I'm photobombing. I'm still repping the Bronx.
Yo, that's her, man.
All right.
That's her.
Well, like I was trying to say, just my last question. What do you think happened to KC in this game? He didn't usually look like his time manager self. He was kind of rushed a little bit. What do you think happened that threw him off his game? Was it a certain drive? Was it him not being in the game? What distracted him in this game?
I don't know what distracted him, we had a good run in the playoffs, and I think our Cinderella story just ran out. I think, I think they'll win a little bit.
Okay.
Everything was a little off target.
Yeah.
It's hard to say what you woulda, coulda, shoulda did, what did, but, shout out to the Super Fans, they won. We made the chip. We tried to, bring them home. Fortunately, we didn't. Be like that. Shout out to Swiss, though. He be home soon, man.
All right.
Shout out to my boy Swiss. He be home soon.
All right. We miss him out here, definitely.
That's a fact.
Listen.
Come back. Just know, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm here. I'm gonna thank Shannon, captain of 99. Hard loss, but hopefully they come back stronger next year.
Hey, yo, thank you, man. Shout out to Real Tough Talk. Shout out to this whole league. This league is good, man. Y'all keep on doing what y'all do.
Thank you.
Respect to y'all, definitely, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. We out of here.
Shannon did everything he could do to help this team, but it was just too much Super Friends. You got to give this team much credit. They're the new champs. They earned this, man. You got to give this team their props. They beat the 3-time champs. They beat a team that had them down 2 scores with a minute and change left. You know what I mean? And they beat a team that practically was like having a home game in the championship game. You got to give them their props, man. Take your hat off and give it to them. This team has earned this championship, and they must feel great right now. $7,000.
And I'm pretty sure right now they're still living it up. They are, they get to sit there and say that they're the champions for the rest of the year up until when we start up again. So that is a feeling that only certain teams, mainly Carver, of course, but got to feel. And now it's their turn to feel it. And, they get to pretty much, I would say, they earned it this year.
Yep.
And they get to enjoy being at the top this year.
99 Problems play great. Like I said, nobody picked them to even be here.
No.
But they got to the championship game and played like nobody expected them to be here.
And the thing is, coming out of their division 5-4, being the top in the division, you don't even look at that team and say, listen, that team is going to the championship. Even though they were the first in their division, they had a 5-4 record. That's barely over 500. So if you look at that record, you're going to say, wait a minute. They're in first place, but that's probably because their division is weak. We don't have to worry about them. That's what most teams that face them would say.
Well, and Dutchman thought that, they lost. ILD thought that, they lost. And Riot Squad thought that they lost. Super Friends respected this team, and they said, we're not giving you an opportunity to beat us. And they started out early with that whole coin flip thing in the beginning by making Casey go against the win, and he played his worst game that we've ever seen him play in the second half.
Yeah, I would say that. The thing about it is, again, that's why those little decisions matter, and I think that was one of the main things that dictated the way the game went. And as 99, obviously I would still say this is a successful season. They didn't get exactly what they wanted. They played they were in the dance, but they didn't finish the dance. They didn't win.
You can't win throwing 3 interceptions in the second half and having to punt. That killed them. Mistakes killed them. Super Friends didn't score in the second half.
And if you look
and they dropped the touchdown.
Yes.
They dropped the pick that Alex caught for a touchdown. Then they dropped the touchdown that JR should have had.
Yeah.
That's a whole different game.
Now, I'm not going to say, oh, well, if they did all of that, they would have won the game. I'm not going to say that, but they had a lot of opportunities that they missed. And the thing about it is, if you look at all of these interceptions that Casey threw, all of them were from off-target throws. It wasn't that, they just came out and snatched the ball.
Right.
Anything
It
like
was
that.
bad throws.
It was horrible
and that
throws.
was the win.
Yes.
Which Tone set them up from the
Yes.
beginning. And that's a great play by him. We're going to make our big announcement. And, they're having, first of all, UFL starts again in December.
Mhm.
There's something big going down after a few meetings, and we're going to see what happens. But I heard similar to like salary cap, stuff like that. I heard it's a possibility, and this is not in stone. The people are meeting. It's not only us. It's several upper guys that's talking, watch the league, and follow. We got people that follow the league. They're talking about labeling a quarterback as an A player next year. So if the A rule is 5 players, now you count the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
That's
a
big.
difference maker, yes.
That's huge because you have a lot of guys that's labeled A quarterbacks. Now, obviously, it's not in stone. They got to see how would these guys be labeled, but obviously, it's trying to get better. And I also heard that the league is going down to 16 teams. The max is 18. Never go 20 again. The max is 18. They're trying to do 16 so they can have more out of conference games.
Mm-hmm.
That way, because a lot of people say, well, the East is weaker than the West. If you have more out of conference games, then the East side gets used to playing the Western teams.
Yeah.
And vice versa. So there's a lot of changes that they're attempting to make, but the big one is the quarterback being an A player. And Mace wants to know why the rule, because Super Friends won, shake my head. No, actually, it's not because you won. It's because it's being labeled from teams that they're not on the same playing level as everybody else. Now, I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen, but they're labeling that A quarterback similar to a Chuck or Dion. These are A quarterbacks, and you add them with the weapons, and let's do the A player rule. 5 players on a team, right? You got 5 A players. Well, that means you only have 2 guys on your offense that's not A players. If you look at the offense, right? You have 5 A players. Let's say you got 5 A players offensively. Mm-hmm. You got your quarterback. You only have 1 guy in the offense that's not an A player. That still gives you an advantage. Same thing with defense. Now, I don't think that really Super Friends had guys like Jigga playing defense. He's not an A player. Guys like Pratt playing defense. He's not an A player. AB, same thing. Not saying their talent is not there, but they're not labeled A players. And this is the one time you would not worry about that. But I'm just saying, as the league tries to get more competitive and keeps everybody on the same ground, that's what's being discussed now. I think the product works. You leave it. But listen, there's people that have more control than us. I'm the commissioner, but there's a lot of people over me that attempting to make the game better. And if you look, technically, since the UFL came to the Bronx, no East team won the chip.
Mm-hmm.
The last 5 champions have all been Western
West, yeah.
Conference teams. So the team is trying to adjust to that.
And it's similar to how a lot of people used to theorize the NBA,
Right.
with the West being stronger than the East. It happens when you have the majority of the skilled players, and, this is my opinion, mainly playing on one side. And
Right.
it just stacks up that way. Not to say that they are more talented than the East altogether, but there's more of them on the West than on the East.
Right.
And most of them are on the same team. So if you look at Super Friends, they have a lot of guys that will be labeled on a high level like that. Carver is another team that will be put on the same level.
Yeah, but if you want to get better, you got to beat these guys. You already got a curse rule in place. You already got the league attempted to do an A-player rule. Let's stop. We're not trying to water down the product. You know what I mean? And if they decide to change it, I'm against it. You know what I mean? You leave it what it is. But the only thing I understand, and we can leave this up for argument, is these players don't want to play on these teams to get them better.
Yeah.
Shannon could have played on any team in this league. He went to 99 because that was his block. He helped 99 get to a chip.
Yes.
How can you want to say, well, I'm going to this team to make it better, to help them, when you go to a team that's already there? You want to help another team earn their way up. You want to go on a team and help them build their way up. First of all, everybody's looking for a fast remedy, a fast high, which is why you have B, C, D divisions, because everybody wants to go to the top teams because they want to win now. Nobody wants to build a product, because then if you build, you're labeled as donating. But y'all got to pick which one y'all want.
I mean, I'm not
You can't tell me I'm donating when I'm trying to get better.
Yeah.
Laugh at me and tell me I'm donating, but then say you want to play what the competition is. That doesn't make any sense.
But the thing about it is we have examples of guys that are top-level players that played on teams that weren't stacked up championship teams. Like, you know, a good example is Mestre, who played for the High Rollers. They weren't a top team, championship-built team right off the bat, but he played with them because he chose to. You know? And obviously, you know, I'm not going to say that they weren't looking for a championship, but that wasn't the thing that was a definite thing for them. They wanted to earn their way in. And that's why Mestre played on that team. That's why you had Akon, a whole bunch of guys play on that team.
Right.
They weren't a championship team per se, but they played on it because they chose to.
Right.
Not because they wanted an easy way going through. But that's the type of the things that I would say, those are the things that you were trying to mention right there about a team not just jumping to a team because they're already a championship-built team.
Right.
So I respect that.
Listen, at the end of the day, I'm just letting you know, because you got to understand. Bottom line, it's a business. And the UFL does not have a B, C division. You try to keep the product going with other teams that want to join. Now, we do got other teams that want to join, which I don't think that they're going to pass this rule.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like I said, there's people hiring us making a decision. And you got all the way till September to figure out what you're going to do.
I mean,
but these guys, like, people got mad and they said, listen, first of all, Kenny got rid of Red. Red was their other A player. He made a good move because Mace couldn't show up to all the games. I mean, Red couldn't show up to all the games, and Alex could. But a lot of people said, well, Alex is, to me, hands down, best offensive player in football. Then he went to one of the best offenses in the game. They say he pulled it to Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
He went to a team that he knew he had an easy opportunity to win. I think Alex went with them because they're from Brooklyn. He's from Brooklyn. It makes sense. But could he have gone to another team and help another team get to the next level? I mean, listen, it's his choice to play with who he want to play with. But you can't, all I'm just telling people is, you can't have it both ways. You can't want other teams to get better, but these players don't go to these teams to help them get better. You know what I mean? Bottom line, NFL has a salary cap for this same reason, because you don't want all these players going to the one team and being dominant. They stood in the A-player rule, which Carver did the same thing. But at the end of the day, do they have an unfair advantage? 99 Problems only had one superstar. That was Shannon. That was it. That was the A-player. That's all they had. You know what I mean? But, I mean, it could go any way. I think you can't take away what they did this season. Let's not kill them. They played great. Carver played great. They had 3 chips. MVR played great. They won a chip. You got to give these teams props and stop looking to water down the product.
And I'm going to say this. If you look at every championship, the championship team that won literally earned it. You know, especially, I would say MVR all the way back from when they played YMM. They earned it because the game, YMM was in the game up until late in getting into the second half.
Right.
You know, and then that's when MVR started taking over. Carvin, all 3 of their games did not win any of their games more than 7 points.
Right.
So
on their championship run,
and they had to earn every championship they won. They won all 3 off of close games.
Right.
That went all the way to the last drive of the game.
Yeah, you can't listen. At the end of the day, you can't water down the product, but you just got to go out and you got to recruit. If you want to win games, you got to recruit. Maybe a lot of teams need to merge. Now, the thing that I think is definitely going to go down is either 16 to 18 teams. I don't think the league is going to go, and I with them. We had 3 teams in this league that did not pay.
Yeah.
The pot stood at $7,000. That's why it's funny when everybody attack us and, you know, everybody say this and Ghost and Jay's taking all this money and they doing this and doing that. 3 teams didn't pay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Hello? 3 teams didn't pay. But the money is still there. You know what I mean? The pot didn't go down. The All-Star stuff was still going. You know what I mean? What took a hit? Well, we didn't have food this year like we had last year. Certain things took a hit. But everybody's so busy counting other people's product and their money. Listen, at the end of the day, it's a business. That's what guys don't understand. You are putting in your $750 in order to have an opportunity to win $7,000. That's the bottom line. When teams don't pay, a lot of leagues go down in the pot. We didn't. We kept the pot the same.
Yeah.
So that's what we try to do. But the league needs to go down and not attempt to get all these teams. And now you force teams to merge it together, and they may have better product.
The thing about it is, I feel one of the most attractive things that pulls a player onto a team that makes them want to play for you is, and I'm going to say this, and this is something that every team should understand. If you don't have a quarterback, there's not going to be any incentive for somebody to come and play in your team. That's the key. If you get a decent quarterback that can play in the game and is a quarterback that's not just a person that throws the ball up, somebody who plays well, that knows the game.
Right.
That, a person would want to play under.
Right.
If you have that, I guarantee you're going to have players that are going to want to play with you. And I think that is the key to a team building. You got to build over for quarterback. This TFL is offensive based, so you got to have a quarterback.
We're going to wrap it up with like this. I hear Blackout's coming. If Blackout's coming to the UFL, Alex is no longer with Super Friends. Bottom line. And then we got to see who Super Friends add. It's something that they shouldn't worry about now. Enjoy your championship. But if Brian told me they're trying to bring Blackout, Alex is not playing with Super Friends. Are they going to go out and try to add a big name player? I don't know. Then they'll look like they're just trying to go out there and get the best player. You can't say it's family and then you're trying to go get a top player. So let's see. We're going to have to see how that works out. But let's not take away what they did this season. Show these guys love. That's all in the future. Monster Inc. possibly want to get in. We got a few teams coming in for Casino. You got a lot of teams. Riot Squad is coming back. IOD will have Adi this year. So we're going to have to see. If I did Shannon lost to the Super Friends 2 weeks in a row, and the BQFL and UFL, but I'm quiet. I didn't hear that. I heard that, Alex. You're not supposed to comment it on that. But if Blackout come in, then you won't be on Super Friends. And we have a lot of teams coming from Brooklyn. Remember, Spartans try to get over here. You know what I mean? I'm going to see. It's possible YGs should come over. Then what Alex is going to do? He played with YGs too. But Alex don't play with Super Friends in the fall. He played with YGs. So you can't say they got everybody. We're going to have to see what it will. But it's a great debate.
Things will be interesting when that
We're
time
going to wrap up
comes
the
around.
show. Great season. Another successful season. We're going to wrap it up before my battery dies. 1%. We're going to thank y'all guys for another successful season, man. 5 years we've been in the Bronx. 6 years altogether since we joined the league.
Yeah.
And we be getting better, man. You love that, Jay. We champs till someone beat us. That's true. Best league, period. Thanks, Wise. Jay, you are better than the NFL with your rumors. Listen, we'll see what happens, man. Listen, I just love giving y'all entertainment, bro. That's my job. You know what I mean? I don't care who wins, who loses, who plays with who. Anything that I have to talk about, that's what I'm going to do. If I'm going to start rumors, I'm going to start rumors. Y'all going to miss the UFL. Y'all going to miss Real Tough Talk. Y'all don't see Real Tough Talk until September.
Yeah.
We had a possible deal on the table. We kind of pulled it off.
Yeah.
It just wasn't the situation we wanted, and y'all don't see us until September. So get prepared. Our home unless Blackout. That's true.
All right, you in case that dies.
Yeah.
You should because.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah, because
much love to y'all. I will be going
night.
live Wednesday to talk more things. We'll talk. Much love to y'all guys. Send me y'all message. BQFL summer. No, not Tough Talk. No. BQFL will probably have a summer league, but no Tough Talk. We didn't work out a deal with that. We're going to be with him in the fall. So much love to y'all guys. Check out my live feed when I have my rant on Wednesday. And we'll talk, man. Much love to y'all guys. Get some rest. It's 11 o'clock. I'm supposed to be home already, but much love to y'all guys. All right? Leave any messages, comments, anything y'all want to say. Inbox me. If you want me to say with your comment, with your name, let me know. If you want me to say it anonymously, let me know. I won't say your name. It keeps it between us. And we'll start whatever things you to say. Much love to y'all guys. We see the thumbs up. Thank you guys. Check my live feed Wednesday. Right. We'll talk. We out of here. All right, bro. And like I said, man, we're going to wrap it up. We had a good run this season. This was our most difficult season, given everything that we went through.
Yeah.
But we had a good time, man. Definitely want to thank y'all guys for being here with us. Much love to y'all guys, man. Any other thing you want to say, Ghost?
I think just the appreciation that guys show us, on and off the field, on the live feed and everything like that. I think that's what makes everything worthwhile in the end, especially people who don't even play in the league that say, yo, they enjoy what we do and everything. Those are the things that make our day. When they say, yo, when they mention something that we said on the show, or they laugh at something that we did or that we said, something that happened to us or whatever, or, you know, they gave us a shout out based on something that we said, something that we're going through, something that we talked about personally, you know, all of those things that you add or that you share with us are the things that make everything that we do worthwhile. Sometimes we think that this is thankless work, that we just do it to do it, and you know, we don't expect anything that we don't expect anything back from it, but you guys show us different all the time. You know, you appreciate what we do every week, and that's what makes us strive to do better every year.
Yeah, man, we're gonna wrap it up with that. We're gonna talk to y'all guys later, man. Much love. Thank you again. Another successful season. UFL, thank you for having us. Real Tough Talk, we're growing, man. We're getting bigger. We're getting better. I want to give a shout out to our staff. Much love to Tim, president of the league, but much love to also Kiara, Iani, and Jarrell. They're all going to college. Check them out. Go have a picture of them up here.
Yeah.
And they're going to college, man. And they grew up watching y'all guys play. Y'all were entertaining. We had so many discussions with y'all at home about y'all players, and it was great, man. We appreciate the love from y'all guys. Y'all show it for our staff. And we're trying to get bigger, man. We're gonna get another cameraman and stuff like that. So,
and you know, obviously, the football legacy is continuing with, you know, my niece, your daughter,
Daisha playing
cornerback.
So get ready to see some footage on there.
course.
Yeah, Dawn. She left the show because she's pursuing her football career.
Yes.
So we'll show some things with her. I'm gonna have her down probably at the championship game and Friday Night Lights, just talking to some guys, giving some tips real quick as we go watch the championship between IOD and I believe Most Hated. So much love to y'all, much love to BQFL, much love to Friday Night Lights, much love to City Island, much love to our homeowner BQFL, much love to Darren and them guys, and much love to UFL. And LES, all them leagues, that's HPU, all them leagues that's trying to do something positive, man. Listen, at the end of the day, no matter what anybody says, we're not competing with anybody. We do our own thing. We have one season. We let everybody live, and we do what we do because we got love for it. But it's also a business. So we're going to make the best decisions for the business side, and UFL, that's what they do. But we're going to make the best business decisions for the Real Tough Talk, which I'm an owner, goes to the owner. We're equal owners. So we're going to try to keep this product going. We're going to try to get better. We're always going to say how we feel, and we're going to feel how we say. At the end of the day, it's your job to be on the field to prove us wrong. We're never going to disrespect you as a man. When we talk about you as a player. Just know that. At the end of the day, we'll see you in September. Much love. So on behalf of the whole Real Tough Talk staff, the whole UFL staff, I'm Stephen J. This is Ghost. Thank y'all again. We'll see y'all guys in September, man. Much love. We out of here.
You could go on talking forever, yo.
Man, because it's our last show.